Hi, Miss Doe. So we're going to keep going forward with the complete assessment. And now what we're going to do is do an assessment of the musculoskeletal system. So just going to kind of have you stand right about here for me. And just let your arms relax down to your side. So what I'm going to be doing is just taking a look at the posture. And I don't see any abnormal posturing and good alignment within the spine. I'm going to go ahead and just have you turn sideways here just so we can see a little bit better. Good normal curvature within the spine. Don't see any abnormal curvatures at this point just standing. Go ahead and face back forward again for me here. Just going to kind of gently press on your shoulders here, and everything seems to be in normal alignment. And pressing along the iliac crest here, and they do meet at the same height on each side. So again, it looks like we have good alignment and don't see any abnormalities at this point. What we're going to do now is I'm going to have you bend over. I'll turn you sideways here a little bit so it's a little easier to see. I'm going to have you bend over at the waist and let your arms just kind of dangle in front of you, okay? And you're going to feel me pressing along your spine. Just kind of let your head lay down a little bit. And so I'm assessing for any abnormal curvatures, especially any scoliosis, and I'm not feeling any lateral curvatures that are abnormal. You can go ahead and stand up for me. And definitely have good alignment within the spine just from doing that quick exam. Now what I want to do is just assess the cervical spine. So I want you to rotate your head left or right for me. Okay, and we've got good even movement and good range of motion within the neck. And can you just go ahead and give me like a quick shoulder roll and kind of go forward here? Okay, good range of motion there. And go ahead and have your arms out here for me. And I want you to kind of twist side to side. You can spread your legs a little bit if you need to, just so that we can take a look at the thoracic and lumbar spine. And we have good range of motion with it as well. And again, just bend over, touch your toes real quick for me. Awesome, good job. So now what we'll do is just want to take a quick assessment of the upper extremities with your musculoskeletal system. So I want to have you grab my hands here. Give me a big squeeze, both hands, squeeze as tight as you can. Good equal grip strength. And I want you to go ahead, make a fist on both sides for me. Make a fist, open up real good. Okay, and just gonna kind of feel your wrist here, and you can relax this arm for a minute. Just kind of roll this wrist around for me. We're gonna be feeling for any crepitus, any grinding, popping, anything like that within the joints, and everything feels good there. And go ahead and we'll bend at the elbow here. Good movement within the elbow joint. And then go ahead with the shoulder. Raise the arm up. Okay, and raise it down. Okay, and there's no abnormal feeling within that joint. No warmness, so doesn't feel like there's any inflammation or anything going on in there as well. Go ahead and roll this side for me on the left hand. Okay. Good even movement, and again we'll go with this elbow here. No crepitus, no warmness within the joint. And let's do the shoulder here. Just raise straight up. Okay, and back down. Is all that fairly easy for you? Mm-hmm. Okay, and now we will go ahead and we'll hold off on the feet. We'll kind of skip forward and do a little bit of the cerebellar and sensory test, because we'll save the lower extremities for last, since we'll have to have the chair for that. What I'll have you go ahead and do is I want you to walk toward the door for me and then walk back. Okay, and notice that she has good posture while she's walking, doesn't have any balance issues or anything like that. So now we're going to go ahead and perform the Romberg test. And I want you to have your feet together, touching. And I want you to close your eyes. And I'm going to kind of push on you a little bit. Don't let me knock you over, okay? Okay. And let's go back a little bit. All right. So she has good coordination there and is able to overcome the force of me pushing on her. Now, you can kind of relax, just get to where you're normal here. And what I'm going to have you do is go ahead, stand on one foot for me. Okay, and you can put that foot down. Stand on the other. Okay, you can put that one down also. Go ahead and hop up and down for me in place. Okay, and now what I want you to do is kind of face me a little bit, turn this way some. With my finger here, I want you to take your index finger, touch my finger, and then touch your nose. And my finger will be moving around a little bit. And just keep touching my finger, then your nose, my finger, your nose. Awesome. Now what I want you to do, so this is going to be kind of a little extra balance coordination since most people will be doing this sitting down. But I want you to take the heel of your, whichever foot you're not going to be balancing on, so just whatever's more comfortable for you. Take the heel of your foot and run it from your knee down to the top of your foot. And then just kind of run it up and down a couple times. Okay, good job. So now what we'll do is we'll do a sensory test with your extremities. And again, like we did similar with the cranial nerve assessment, I'm going to have a sharp and dull sensation there. And you just tell me which one that it is, okay? We'll go ahead and let you sit down. That way it'll be a little bit easier on you. Okay, so I want you to close your eyes, and I'm going to touch various places either on your arms or legs. We'll do your arms first, okay? And you tell me whether it's sharp or dull.
Sharp.
Okay?
Dull.
Okay.
Sharp. Sharp.
Okay. And do these feel the same on each side?
Yes.
Okay. And is that sharp or dull?
Dull.
Okay. Alright, moving on to the legs. So, just tell me if this is sharp or dull.
Sharp.
Okay?
Sharp. Dull. Sharp.
Okay. And does this feel the same on both sides?
Yes.
And is that sharp or dull?
Dull.
Okay. So, while I have you in this position, you had good sensation within both upper and lower extremities, and it seems to be that it's equal on both sides. We'll kind of backtrack a little bit and go back to the musculoskeletal section where I'm going to be assessing the joints within the lower extremities. So I want you to just go ahead and crunch your toes up for me. Curl them up real good. Okay, and open them back up, relax them. And I'm going to feel your ankles here, and I just want you to roll them for me if you can. Just roll them around. Alright, good. And again, not noticing any warmness within any of the joints of the toes or the ankle. Don't feel any crepitus or any extra abnormal movements when you're doing moving the joints around. So we'll take a look at your the left knee here, and I want you to go ahead and kick your foot up to my hand. Okay? And just kind of raise it up again for me. Just going to feel that knee joint here. And no issues there. No pain whenever we're doing this.
No.
Okay. And same thing with this. Go ahead and kick my hand, and just going to feel this joint here. And everything feels smooth, good with movement, no crepitus or anything. Noted. Now, what we're going to do next is, let me find my fork. Here we go. Okay. Before I move on to doing the vibration sensation with your upper and lower extremities, I want you to stick your feet back out for me again. Okay. Now, I'm going to kind of have your feet up here. Let me make sure they can see. Push down real hard on my hands. Okay, good job. And kind of keep your feet pulled up a little bit. And now pull back on my hands. Good deal. Alright, so you have good equal strength within the lower extremities as well. And we were able to assess your hip flexion and everything whenever you were getting up and down from the chair. So that all seems to be within normal range as well. So what we're going to do now is just assess the vibration sensation. I'm going to hit this and we're going to place it into one of the joints, and you tell me when you feel it stop vibrating, okay?
Okay.
And just kind of keep your eyes closed just so that we can keep the test pretty accurate here. Do you feel it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, tell me when you feel it stop.
Now.
Okay, good job. We'll check the right hand here. And do you feel that?
Uh-huh.
Tell me when you feel it stop.
Now.
Good job. We'll check the lower extremities as well. Can you feel this on the right
Yes.
side?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me when you feel it stop.
Now.
Good job. And check the left here. Can you feel it?
No.
Okay, let me hit it a little bit better. Can you feel it now?
Yes.
Tell me when you feel it stop.
Now.
Good job. Alright, so sensation all seems to be equal throughout the upper and lower extremities. What we're going to do now is I am going to place a couple of items into your hand, and you tell me pretty well as best as you can what they are, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to have you close your eyes. And so let me have we'll do the left hand first, okay? And just kind of describe what's in your hand there.
Feels soft, like fabric or cotton.
Okay, good job. Okay, so now we'll check the right hand here. Just keep those eyes closed and just kind of describe what that object is.
A pen.
Okay, good job. And now, well, I'll use that pen here. So, go ahead, let me have your left palm here. I'm going to try to draw a number in the palm of your hand, and you tell me what it is, okay?
1.
Alright, good job. And let's try this hand, and you tell me what it is.
6.
Good job. Alright, so now the last thing that we have left to do for the sensory test is the deep tendon reflexes, okay? So I'm going to get my hammer here. And might be easier, try to put your back even with the back of the chair here. Okay. So we'll start out and do the brachioradialis reflex here. And just kind of keep that arm loose here, okay? Alright, we had a good reflex there. Now let's go ahead and check the biceps. Okay, and it was really hard to see, but there was a good slight flexion with the bicep, and there was some movement with the forearm. And go ahead and check the triceps here. Is that comfortable for your arm?
Sure.
Okay. Alright, and we did have a good reflex there as well. Reflexes so far don't appear to be hyperactive or abnormal. And we'll check the brachioradialis here as well. We'll do that one more time. I saw a slight bit of movement. Alright, we did have a good little jump of that hand there. And we'll try the triceps reflex here. Alright, we had good movement there with that hand. Just a slight little sway, so it might be hard to see. And then, is that uncomfortable for you? Good there. Alright, so we'll check the biceps on this left side. And we did have some flexion of the bicep muscle, and it did have a slight twitch of the forearm. Now we'll go ahead and do each of the patellar. So just try to get back to where your legs are dangling free. Does that feel decently comfortable for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what we're going to do is do the right patellar reflex. And we did have a good reflex there. Just had a slight little out kick of the right foot. And let's do the left side here. And good reflex there. Now what we'll do is do the Achilles reflex. Maybe I should come on this side. We'll come over here. And I'm going to have your foot in my hand like this, and we'll check this side. And we had a good reflex there where her foot did move down a little bit. So we'll check it on this side. Alright. And again, had good reflex there where we had some movement of her foot that kind of resembled pushing a little bit on a gas pedal. So now what I'm going to do is do the Babinski reflex. So it would probably be a whole lot easier if we had you lay down, but for educational purposes, I'll just leave it like this. So what I'm going to do is just stroke the underside of your foot. Don't try to make any extra movements or anything like this, or just do what you do. Okay, so I'm not getting any fanning of her toes, which is good, and she is negative for the Babinski reflex. And this concludes our assessment. Thank you very much, Ms. Doe.